Hey, good morning and happy Father's Day. Today our verse that we're going to meditate on is Ephesians 6:4. It says, Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but raise them up in the discipline and the instruction of the Lord. We live in a culture that fatherlessness is a problem. It's been a problem for a long time, and I think that there's a lot of things that we can see going on in the world right now, especially in our country, that fatherlessness is the big problem. And so today the challenge, we're going to honor fathers today, and I want to encourage you to honor your father today. But the challenge is still going to be for fathers today, and dads, I want you to take this seriously and to really try to unpack this verse of understanding what it is to discipline your children and raise them up in the instruction of the Lord, because there's so much depth in that, and there's so much to that that it's far more than what you read at face value. And so it's important for us as fathers to discipline our children. It's important for us as fathers to instruct our children. And then in Proverbs 22 verse 6, it tells us to train up a child in the way that they should go. So we are the ones that are responsible for what's going on in our houses. We're the ones that are responsible for the not only providing a shelter and things like that for our kids, but we're also the ones that are responsible for providing them with all the other needs that they have, and that includes the spiritual needs. But here's something else, and take that a step further as far as instructing them and teaching them is we live in a culture that expects our government or our school system to educate our children. And sometimes we get lazy as dads, and we even just let our wives do that, but that's not their role. It's our role to be our children's first teacher. On the All Pro Dad website, which is something that Tony Dungy leads, the very first thing on there is that we are to be our children's first teacher, and that comes from Proverbs 22:6. So we need to be teaching them the direction they should go, the way they should go, and we need to be teaching them who God is and showing them who God is. So that's our responsibility. The challenge today is, men, step up and be the man that God has called you to be in your home. Be different than you were yesterday. Be different tomorrow than you are today. Be more like Christ. Be more like the man and the warrior that God is trying to call out of you. And step up and discipline your children and train them in the way that they should go. And do all of that with the Lord's help. Because if we're going to be completely honest, guys, that's a tall task and that's a tall order. And we desperately need God's help to do that. Because the flesh, we're just going to mess up. Right, guys? Does dad mess up sometimes? So we're going to mess up. And we desperately need God's help to show them and teach them the way that they should go, and also to discipline them. And that discipline part goes so much further than just getting on to them when they're in trouble. Discipline, there's so much to that word, but it's about being disciplined, about teaching them how to be disciplined. And that's our role, and that's on our shoulders. So step up, men. Be who God's called you to be. All right? Do you guys have anything to say to everybody?
No, just Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.